I can get anyone to buy anything once. Can we get them to buy it twice? I think that obviously we probably got into a lot of independence at first, stores that were, Coco Market, and there's a ton of them. And I don't want to leave anyone out that probably supported us at the beginning, but it was a conversation with the store owner. And we're like, the rules and restrictions there are easier to get into. They don't need a million codes. They don't need all these things. Obviously, we made sure, like, from a safety perspective, like what we were giving them was proper. From a nutritional panel, it was right. From a packaging, like everything was, clean and done properly, but there's less red tape because there's less conversations. There's no mods or planograms or things like that. They're like, okay, I have some space. Let's put it here. So that stuff was relatively easy because I think that we had people resonated with what we were doing at first. Like we had a cool brand. Both Shriver and myself were obviously very passionate about talking about the product, and it was low risk, right? You buy a case, it's $60. There's not really much that can go wrong. But Sobeys was probably like our first major grocer that gave us a chance. So much so that Sherry Evans, who runs this Ontario Sobeys local program, gave us an approval to come be a part of it even before our product was launched. She's connected to Venture Kitchen, and so they often brought in, they had special nights where they brought in industry or they had meetings set up. And the gentleman who was running, his name's Eric Wood, I'll give him a shout out. He was running Venture at that time, really like got along with us, believed in what we were doing, liked our product, and set us up a meeting with Sherry at Venture without really, knowing if we were going to succeed or fail. And so when she met with us, we made a deck, we did all these things, like, we pitched whatever we could. And she's like, yeah, this sounds really good. When it's ready, we'll take it. And we got it ready and she took it. And so it was pretty exciting. We even celebrated I remember I made a video. I went into like a Sobeys and tried to like offer our product to people. And the first person who said yes, I bought their whole grocery cart. And so that was a fun thing. We got a lot of no's, which was really funny too for socials. But yeah, and it's just been kind of growing since there. And, as we go through this, we learn a lot, right? We learn what we need and what we don't need. And since then, we've gotten distribution and brokers and all the things that you need to have to kind of be successful in this crazy CPG world, which I had no clue as when I started.
Definitely. And on that point, like with let's say the Sobeys conversation, what is, I guess, one misconception or something that sometimes surprises founders when they're going into like that initial conversation with a major retailer that you see they constantly trip up on?
I mean, from what I've seen, I think a lot of people don't understand their pricing models. I think that is a big part of it. It's like, a lot of times we see, I've spoken to brands and great brands with great products who have a great, amazing item that they sell, and they're in like farmers markets and it costs them $3 to make and they sell it for $6 and they're like, oh, I doubled my money. It's great. But, once you start speaking to these professionals in this world, whether it's grocery stores or distributors or brokers, there's all these like phases along the way, this food chain of how much you are priced for, how much they're going to sell for, how much it's going to go into retail for, what's it going to be rolled back to, what are the promos, what are the MCBs. And so there's all these things. And honestly, like those elements, I would not have been able to solve myself or understand. Schreiber really is the operations, numbers, logistics guy. We also have an amazing, new vice president of sales for us who was also in CPG before he came to us, who gets that world too. And so without that balance and that understanding, we probably would have made a lot more mistakes at the beginning. I mean, we definitely made a lot of mistakes, but I think we would have made a lot more mistakes at the beginning if we didn't understand that distribution channel, which again, I attest to Schreiber because he was in that world before, in the candle world, selling it to hotels, restaurants across, Canada and the States. So he got it before I had to figure it out.
100%, because whether it's candles or whether it's oatmeal, like in the end, the distribution structure tends to have similarities, and I'm sure that was a huge
For sure.
benefit. And I guess on the point of maybe the branding aspect of things,
Yeah.
what is something that you recommend that when, let's say I'm a new, because the audience for this kind of podcast, normally we have a lot of people that are listening that are looking to launch a brand in the next 6
Yeah.
months, 8 months, 12 months. They're kind of playing around with AI because now they have AI.